Problems number 27 through 31. I'm going to use the Desmos graphing calculator to help me solve these. The reason that I'm using that in particular is that it is easier to set my window, and also I have all 6 trig functions available to me just by typing them in. I don't have to do reciprocals for anything. So let me go ahead and set my window here that I only want solutions between 0 and 2 pi. And I'll make my steps something like pi over 12. I don't know for my y-axis really what I want it to be. I'll just leave it at -10 to 10, something like that. And I might zoom out just a little bit so I can see 0 if 0 is an answer, and 2 pi. And we're going to get going here. I'm just going to use x's instead of thetas. It's the same thing to the calculator. So y equals tan of 2x minus tan of x. And I'm going to look for answers that are on the x-axis between 0 included and 2 pi not included. So my answers to this are going to be 0 and pi. Now let's try the next one here, where y is equal to tan plus secant. And I'm going to bring the 1 over like so by saying -1 to find where it's equal to 0. And I'm not going to include the answer of 2 pi. So my only answer is at 0. Alternatively, if you wanted to put in a second equation of y equals 1 for the right-hand side, you could find the points of intersection, and those x values would also give you the solutions. Remember, your restriction on your solutions here is from 0 included to 2 pi not included, so we do not include this answer at 2 pi over here. Now let's look at secant of x over 2 minus cosine of x over 2. So, and we're looking for the zeros there because of the way that I've set it up. So I've got a 0 at 0, and I've got a 0 at 2 pi, but I'm not allowed to include 2 pi as an answer. So there it is. Now let's look at cosecant of 3 theta is equal to 0. And cosecant can never be equal to 0. It's got to be greater than 1 or less than -1. So there's no solution to this one. And now let's look at sine squared 2 theta minus 1. So I'm not able to square the sine function like I do with this symbol here. I'm going to have to put sine of x quantity squared like that, but I actually want this to be sine of 2x squared minus 1. I want my answers again that are between 0 and 2 pi. So all of these answers right here that are pi over 4, 3 pi over 4, 5 pi over 4, and 7 pi over 4. Okay, next time when we come back, we're going to talk about solving some of these other ones that are down here, and we're going to do that with fundamental identities that we know, as well as some of the other techniques that we learned earlier in this section to deal with double angles and so on. So we'll come back and talk about that next time.